Right, welcome back. Last time we started invading Brandenburg because, well, they were there and everything else was probably a good idea. I had nothing I really wanted from the Commonwealth and I have a truce with them anyway. Though not for long. A little over a year or so. Bohemia is just too strong an ally with the Ottomans. Scandinavia is allied with Bohemia and I don't think I can take... I cannot take on Scandinavia and Bohemia at the same time. That's just too much. So... At the very least, I can isolate them via Brandenburg. Hoping to take Copenhagen. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, sure, why not? You're at war with Bohemia. I don't care. Ah, unconditional surrender? Okay. Yeah, that's not enough for a coalition, so... Core everything, may as well. That's a nice stretchy name. Eventually I'll go ahead and conquer Scandinavia. I do want to get there before the cultural conversion to Swedish finishes. It looks like it's not going to happen anytime soon, so... Eh. This, I should wait for them to finish integrating the new territory before I go ahead and actually try and conquer stuff. After all, that makes sense. Looky here, who's the new rival? Turn to boundary. Okay, stuff should expire if it hasn't already. Yep, okay. Promote the aristocratic faction. Promote and support commerce. And perform a show of devotion. God, I do not like that 60% power. Thankfully, most of the power comes from newly conquered land that has, well, exceptionally powerful nobles that will severely weaken as soon as they've reached the new walls. Well, the new walls reach them, to be precise. Heck, in all the newly conquered territories, noble power is going down by 0.75% a year. Slow, but it's still going down. Heck, in many of my core provinces, noble power is going down anyway. Probably because of the new peasant freedoms. Some of the ones that aren't that newly conquered have it going down. It's just going to take time for it to properly bring itself down. I mean, I could also pick up the pace by demoting them. But that's a hefty measure that should be saved for when I have a lot of loyalty and nothing to spend it on. I certainly have things to spend it on, like reducing the autonomy that the gentry generate. But again, that's something for later. Just gotta build up the capital. And slowly allow academia to spread on its own. we're not going to wait until 1716. Actually, perhaps I should do it before the new provinces in Jutland core all the way. That's probably smart. I do have the cash for it. Although, is autonomy going down? Because that's also going to have a negative impact on... well, a positive impact on the total cost, which is negative for my treasury. There! Let's be consistent in what we call things. Yeah, okay, let's embrace it right away. Plus, the boost to global institution spread will make meritocracy a bit faster to arrive once it... well, once I actually get a rank 3 capital in place. Right, I think it's finally time to go ahead and annex Pomerania. It's... yeah. I've gotten pretty much all the provinces that they get permanent claims on due to their formation decision rather than something else. With the exception of Beerwald. That is the one province, but I can get that at some other point in time. Yeah. It's not really an actual problem. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I can trade favors for trust. With a subject? Okay. Yeah, I think this is a good point to stop for this session. Now, if only the game would stop lagging. Bohemia finally has scientific methods, so they'll start to slowly get next institution, academia. But that will take time. Plenty of it. At least meritocracy is spreading. Well, to France, anyway. Although I don't think I'm going to be able to get it from them, unless they happen to be trading in the node, but I don't think they are. At least I highly doubt they are. There are 4 people trading in the node, and I am one of them. And the other is Pomerania, who I have begun annexing. This will, of course, take time, but... oh well. I mean, I've gotten almost all the provinces that they have permanent claims on due to their forming Pomerania. There was someone else previously, but they formed Pomerania, so... with the exception of Beerwald, which... I'll get to eventually. It's just the fact that it's being controlled by Bohemia makes this a whole lot more difficult. Yeah. So currently I'm just waiting with truces, annexing Pomerania, which will happen in 1670, in around July. Yeah. Beyond that, there's really not much to say. War ended. Grabbed all of the rest of Jutland plus Copenhagen, and these 2 little provinces from Brandenburg. Once I united Pomerania, I can get the Inter-Jutland and conquer Denmark. Missions completed in order to grab more permanent claims. I also will get permanent claims on these 2 provinces, so I can grab them at some other point in the future from Bohemia, once I'm ready for that. Because it certainly would not be easy. Most certainly not. I will have to grab Brandenburg's 4 provinces though, in, well, the state of Brandenburg, plus probably Altmark as well. At the very least, will make it easier. So it is the entire Lower Saxon Circle mission, which is a heck of a lot, but I do actually have most of it, I believe. Or at least Probably the largest proportion of controlled inside the... yeah. Yeah, probably. Possibly even under direct control. Oh well. I can see more of the world too, which is quite fascinating. Oh yeah, didn't that happen last time with Great Shu becoming a peasant dynasty? No, they still have the Mongol Empire as a tributary state. Yeesh. Kaku's culture? Oh, that's tiny. What? Oh, probably should think about global trade too. Yeah, it is spreading. Though not yet. It doesn't look like it's going to reach me anytime soon. At least it's reaching France, which does lead to eventually reaching me, because I am allied to France. They might be willing to send it over my way. Of course, it's also entirely possible that they won't, because practically all my neighbors hate me. I mean, that's probably for good reason, but they still hate me quite thoroughly. Spain is an impossibly powerful threat. MEIOU would be even worse to try to go up against, because Hungary is also pretty powerful. Though slightly less so than France, and I mean slightly. Not France, Spain. Slightly less so than Spain. I have slight interest in the Commonwealth, but Bornholm, well, I was planning trying to grab Scandinavia at some point, but I've got so much aggressive expansion that probably not a good idea to push it any further. At least for a while. And Scandinavia went ahead and grabbed it anyway, so... I mean, I'll go for Bornholm at some point, just not expecting to be able to do so anytime soon. But that's eventually, if I ever heard one. Also, Padua is dying to the Ottoman Empire. Yay! Although the Ottoman Empire actually likes me, but they're not willing to ally because too many diplomatic relations, and they're allied to Bohemia. If I can isolate them from Bohemia, though. Problem. There's no one that's going to do that. It's not quite the way I wanted to. Unless I go to war with Brandenburg and then use that war in order to get Scandinavia to... Or I could declare war on Scandinavia, but I don't have enough of a reason to just yet. I'd like to annex Pomerania first so I can get claims on Scania, conquer that for somewhat cheaper than it otherwise would be, and less aggressive expansion, etc., etc. Yeah. Plus I'm having treasury issues. Let me guess, it's probably the military. Would not surprise me particularly if it was. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of property infrastructure maintenance. Okay, the infrastructure maintenance is to be expected. I am paying for the capital infrastructure in the capital. And that stuff gets expensive. Although it has hit rank 2 now. Though it will have to be seen whether or not I can afford... Well, I can't afford it now, because I also went ahead and embraced scientific methods. For no other reason that it's probably going to get more expensive as time goes on. I'd rather not deal with it. Yeah. That land maintenance is expensive. It's only going to get worse with time, isn't it? As my population grows and whatnot. But if I lower it too much... On the other hand, it will actually get better because training is less expensive than recruitment. On the other hand, the naval industry. Oh well. That could probably support a lot. more ships at once. Which will get me more trade. More trade money. Though probably not by much. I only control half the power on the node anyway. Though I figure conquering Scania would be extremely helpful in that. Admittedly, I do control most of the North Sea. Scandinavia is second, and then Pomerania is third, which does indicate that once I annex Pomerania, I'll have an even larger proportion of the... I mean, how much do they have? 10%, so I'd say that I'd probably end up having 55% if I discount the effect that their merchant has, which is 1.5. Yeah, that's notable. Notable. On the other hand, I do have a massive boost to trade power. But they also have more trade efficiency. Now that's because I have state-sponsored commerce active. So, that probably also has an impact, doesn't it? Yeah, oh well. That's something to be handled later. For now, it seems that all is good for the time being. Although I am running low on admin points, I probably should focus on those instead of the diplo points, especially since, well, I've got an idea group coming up, and I can probably pick up exploration ideas. So the next idea set isn't going to be coming for a while. Oh, and apparently the next election will be soon. That'll be next session though. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. At least the Commonwealth's name is actually looking reasonable. And my name stretches in quite the nice way. So does Bohemians, but they're my rival. I don't want to compliment them.